Hey, how y'all doing? Sorry about the last video. It was kind of dark or whatever. So I'm gonna pretty much have to do it again. But anyway, here we go. All right. How do you make your phone have better service? A lot of people do a bunch of things. They go out and they get them long antennas for their cars, or they get them antennas for their phones, or end up getting some kind of small little device that they get embedded from a company or something like that they don't even know who they are, or they get this device over the internet and don't know what it's going to do to their phone that they pay like $800 for. Besides the point, they put it in behind their device and it ends up working or ends up messing up, or they end up paying a lot for it in general, when you can use the same technique that I'm giving you that's for free or for a little bit of money, and you get the same difference, or maybe just a little bit in general better than them, or a lot more. It all depends on your phone's provider and how you do it in general. Because if you don't do it just for say the same as that way that I tell you to do it, it's not going to work exactly right, or it's not going to work good. So practice always makes better. Practice always makes perfect. Alright, now I'm going to use this phone in general, but you're like probably thinking, man, I don't have one of them old cheap rinky-dink flip phones or whatever, whatnot. That's good. That's perfect, because this is just in general a tutorial video of how I can do it on this phone, but you can actually do it on any phone. Only thing you have to do is you just have to be able to place the certain information of where you have to cut it out or where you have to do it at to your phone, and to the exact parts that I tell you to do on your phone. But what you're going to use is your phone, some scissors, some electrical tape, and some good old aluminum foil. Now what I like to do, and what you really need to do, is you need to flatten it out. Flatten out your aluminum foil. That's so that, you know, there's no rough edges whenever you're applying into your phone. And also too, have you ever seen, you know, on top of TVs, them satellite dishes, or them small satellite dishes on top of TVs, or either in general outside from, you know, AT&T, Dish Network, just in general anybody, you know, HughesNet, you know, they use satellite dishes. But what do satellite dishes usually have on them, or somewhere on them? Aluminum foil. Why? Well, not really aluminum foil, but they have a certain thing that does require aluminum foil with it, and that's what the currency is coming through. It's not the big box and all that in general. That just makes it look better. But the main thing is this: what we're going to do is this aluminum foil. You're going to open up your phone from the back, take out your battery. Now this part right here and this part right here is actually going to be something in just a minute, and I'm going to explain to y'all. So keep that in mind. What you need to do is you see this part inside here. This is where you're going to actually apply this aluminum foil. You're going to put it in here, right here. But what we're going to do is we're actually going to cut out the groove for inside here for it to be put in here. Now you don't need to have it over, or, you know, less or nothing like that, but I'm actually going to cut it more over it, so I can show you what you need to do if you do cut it a little bit too much and it's like over the outside part or whatever. And that's not a problem. It's not a problem if you cut it too short, because you can just apply more aluminum foil on it and it'll stick to it, because aluminum foil sticks to aluminum foil. And anyway, we're going to put it right here on the outside. Always do the outside, because you can stick the outside part to this part. Stick it in there to where it needs to go, and actually you're going to make a little groove indentation You can use anything. You can use paper clip to make a little indentation with it. You can use scissors. That's my main key. You can use a pencil. You can use a pen. In general, anything that you can poke something with. Alright, got that side. Now I'm fixing to do the other side. Now I'm fixing to cut it out. Alright, now you're going to have something that looks like this right here. But see how it's roughed up and edged up and everything? What you need to do is you need to straighten it out. Alright, now I'm going to show you why I made it a little bit bigger. I'm going to show you what you do. Make sure whenever you're putting it in, you make sure it goes along all the edges and all the grooves. Now see, this part right here is over. So when I'm doing this is I'm pressing it into the groove. That's so you're going to know where to cut. But whenever you push it to the groove, it's going to make an indentation. And then you need to loop it over. And I'm fixing to show you why. See? The little groove? Now I'm fixing to cut that groove. And believe me, cell phone companies do not want you to know about this because they want you to go out, they want you to buy their antennas, they want you to buy their little chips, they want you to buy these little bitty protectors to go over your house or things to go on your pretty much anything in general just to get your money. And all it boils down to is all you need is aluminum foil. Alright, we're putting it back in. And it should look like that right there. But now the part that I told you that to think about is this part right here. That part right there does not need to have this touching it. And this part right here does not need to be touching it either. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to put it back in here and we're going to make indentions where it is. And we're going to cut that out. Because that's where the battery is charging and where it actually has charge to the phone. Now it don't matter if it's right key on it. Don't worry yourself, or if it's a little bit over it, because as long as it's not touching it, that's the main bottom line. And the battery is over it, because the battery needs to be touching this also, because it brings more electricity to each other. And other than that too, if it's a little bit above it, it doesn't matter, because as long as this is actually touching the parts it needs to be touching, that's the only thing that matters. Now I will tell you, your phone sometimes will heat up a little bit more. In general, that just means that more juice and more power is coming to your phone than in general that it was supposed to. And there's no problem with that. In general, there's nothing that's going to mess up your phone or nothing like that. But once again, this tutorial video is for studying purposes only. Anything you do to your phone or with your phone, you hold all rights to that. I'm not bound to any anything that happens to or from your phone at any time. I'm just giving you primary information of how to use your cell phone and get better service. This is actually just for studying purposes. But okay. Now back to what we're doing. We're going to press down here at the bottom. Down here at the bottom right there. And then we're going to cut out the grooves. But I'm going to make a little indentation where it is right here. And then right here. And it should come out looking like that. Now what we need to do is flatten it back out. And apply it in there. And it looks like that. See how it's a little bit above it? That doesn't matter because this part right here is going to go over it. But you might say, well, you know, I take my battery out and, you know, this part right here is going to fall out with it, you know, because it will. Because I'm fixing to show you. You put it in there, take this out right here. What happened? It fell out with it. You don't need to have that problem or whatever. So what we're going to do is we're going to apply some electrical tape behind it. Now you can use glue, you can use whatever you want to, but if you use glue, that's going to void your warranty and that's going to mess up your stuff and everything in general. And plus too, you might need to have to replace this right here. So I do electrical tape, and why I do electrical tape other than scotch tape, duct tape, or masking tape, any kind of tape in general, is because electrical tape always works good with electricity, works good with circuits and electricity, you know, pretty much going through devices. So now I'm applying this back in the back in the center, and then I'm just going to put it back in. Now that is in there. See? It ain't coming out. Now I'm putting the battery where this part goes to this. It doesn't touch it at all. And let's say for instance you need to take your battery out and charge it. No problem. It didn't come out. Now if it does come out with the tape in time or whatever, you can just apply some more tape behind it or whatever. And now I'm putting the back end on. Fixing to power it back up. And there we go. Now before I had 2 bars on my phone in here because I'm grounded between the house and the outside. I just don't get good service in general from Verizon or whatever. And look at that. I got full service now. Now yours in general might not work the same way. But I will promise you this though, you'll get at least about 1 bar, or possibly 2 bars in general, whatever company you're with. And if you do exactly what I said to do. Anyway, this is a life hack you can do, a trick you can do with the electrical tape, electrical tape, scissors, regular scissors, aluminum foil, and a phone in general. And it don't have to be this phone. It can be any kind of smartphone. Android, Galaxy, iPhone, Samsung. I think there's one called a Fobi or whatever, but in general it could be any kind of phone. It just needs to have to be put in there and place the right places and everything for it to work. But anyway, thank you for looking at my video, and if you liked it or whatever, leave a comment at the bottom or like my page. And I'm also on YouTube with more information and more videos of life hacks and tricks and just in general stuff you can do to be able to save money in your pocketbook. And if you liked it, just let me know. And other than that, God bless you and you have a blessed day.